What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Talkin Grizz. This week, I am joined by Angel Gray. Angel, thank you so much for being here. She is the Cavaliers sideline reporter for Fox Sports Ohio. How are you, Angel?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, KJ.
I am so happy that you're here. We've got another game coming up against the Cavs. We have these mini series all year, but then they're just like sticking another game for both of us in between our two games. So it's a weird mini series, but let's dive in. Our two teams, the Cavs and the Grizzlies, are kind of led by these really young groups. In our last matchup, our lead guys were all out. So when it comes to injuries and health and safety protocols this season, there are obviously, Angel, pros and cons to having a really youthful team. Like the Grizzlies and the Cavs are both, under 25, like the average. And then there's some benefits to having more veteran teams. But when we look at our teams and having this youth, what do you think is the good thing when it comes to guys being able to kind of step up and take on when the star guys go down in injuries?
Well, I think it's very important that they just want to be a part of the game, and they're still, that hunger and that passion of just like understanding like this is a dream come true. And not saying that the vets don't have that. The vets become like, this is a business, this is what I want to do. They still have fun with it, but they know how to carry themselves throughout the rest of their career. I think with the young guys that I've seen is that the work ethic that they put in has just been second to none. When you have the injuries that we've talked about, and I believe when we saw Memphis the previous game, it was something like Darius Garland out, Colin Sexton out. That was the backcourt. And then we also had our backup point guard out. So we didn't have any point guards for that game. And I know it's a different season overall just because we're dealing with COVID, but when the injury bug hits you, it's the next man up. So I think in that, it's just who is leading the charge. And for us, it's been Coach Bickerstaff and his staff saying, we are going to lay the foundation of what this team is going to be about. And I think that is a good indicator of what you'll see in your youth, in the rookies or the younger guys on the squad, is what they're buying into. And they fight. I mean, they're going out. Their defense is phenomenal. Last year, we were 29th in the league. Now we're first in defense in that ratio. So you're looking at how, 1 year is different from the next, and it's the buy-in. And those young guys have been so good as far as understanding what they need to be for this season to be great, but also for the vets that we do have, they have held them accountable to that. And they're saying, we're going to make sure that when we step out on the floor, you're not going and doing your own thing. And then also they want that same thing reciprocated to them as well. So you're just seeing a good buy-in from the Cavs right now.
Let's talk about that next man up mentality, because I think we're going to have to be facing that. And I think every team is going to have to be facing that. You look at, the Sixers or whatever team is playing today or tomorrow, there's limited players. And it continues to happen now with this like shortened, strange season where we're just trying to stay safe. For us on our end, with all the injuries that we have like 6 guys out, I think 7 guys out, including 3 of our starters. It's been Kyle Anderson and Dylan Brooks. And although they're not necessarily vets in the league, they're vets on our team because we are so young. Who on your team have you been impressed with stepping up into a role that maybe you didn't necessarily see them stepping into this year?
I can say a couple of people, but I will start with the rookie, Isaac Okoro. I don't think I could have imagined the impact that he would make right out of the gate. And it's just the fact that he has the respect and the trust of his teammates already is so impressive because he wants to be a sponge. You asked about the youth and what that does for a team. Well, he wants to learn, he wants to grow, and he didn't come in thinking that he had all the answers. So as a vet, you're like, oh yeah, this guy sign me up. They love when they can, have another person in their foxhole that's going to go out for them and work hard. But I think Isaac Okoro has just been magnificent. Defensively, he wants to take on the toughest player on the opposing team. He is going to dive on loose floors to create extra opportunities for you. And he's also going to do things on the offensive end that is just aggressive to the rim. So he's very versatile. He's very balanced. He came in pro ready, just as far as his physique with 6'5" and I think he's about 230, but understanding what he needed to do for his body to be ready. early. And so he did the things that he needed to do early. Now it's just learning the game, and he's been phenomenal. And especially, I don't want to bring it up with Memphis, but the big time block, even in that game, and then the finish on the other end. I know it's sad, I know, but it was just impressive to see that he was ready for those big moments.
All right, Angel, we are excited to face the Cavs again. I am wishing you all the luck, like health-wise, safety-wise, injury-wise for the rest of the season. I'm wishing you a little less luck against the Memphis Grizzlies, but every other game, all the best luck. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks so much for having me.
And Grizzlies fans, you can always get more on grindcitymedia.com.